So this is another reaction video made by Mahogany Pink, and once again, she's speaking facts.
With HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexual transmitted diseases that'll make you die in 2-3 weeks, put a cell phone like that up. Lady, if your pussy smell like water, put a cell phone like that up. Fellas, lights up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking nigga dick in the parking lot, put your cell phone like that. Let's be real about this shit. Yeah, keep it fucking real. Some of y'all niggas suspect as a motherfucker. Let's be real.
Jonathan Lindale Kirk, also known as the Baby, became the newest celebrity to get a whiff of what it feels like to be canceled. Not the 0 calories cancellation where everyone dog piles on you on Twitter and then Andrew Schultz makes another video whining about SJWs. The kind of canceled where the powers that be stop your bag and force a mea culpa. And we got one. After days of doubling down on what he said at Rolling Loud, the Baby finally apologized. Whether he's genuinely sorry or not doesn't matter to me. His mouth wrote a check that's probably gonna bounce in 5 to 7 business days because he's been dropped from every gig from now until Rihanna puts out an album. Most people who heard the story feel the same way about it. What the Baby said was ignorant, unnecessary, idiotic, hurtful, but unsurprisingly, there's one group of people who feel a little bit differently. For a lot of black men, this is bigger than what the Baby said. This is about their rights to say what they want in their own way. If they don't mess with a particular group or their agenda, they should have the right to get on stage and choose violence if they want to, right? Except no, I'm not going to explain how freedom of speech works. Most of you understand that there's nothing wrong with venues dropping the Baby for what he said. You understand the system that we earn our money in. And to be clear, the system isn't hurting the Baby. He's a millionaire. All things considered, the system is working for him. At his level, however, attacking protective groups is punching down and shaming individuals that have an illness that's plaguing millions of his own people across the world is disgraceful. But the Baby isn't canceled because he's disgraceful. The Baby is canceled because he offended a group more powerful than him. The gay mob ain't having it. They've been the butt of many jokes and attacks for centuries, and they decided that this is their time. They did the marching, now they want parades. This is not up for debate. They decided they want respect, and they're going to get it. This also bothered a lot of black women because a lot of black women feel like the Baby says much worse in his music about women, and nobody was trying to hold him accountable before, which
That's because we don't stand up for ourselves as black women. When these rappers degrade us.
is true. So why weren't you holding him accountable? The Baby isn't the first or the 50th rapper that has disrespected you specifically in their music, that calls you disgusting names, that tells you that you're only worth smashing and passing, that tells you that you're only pretty if you're light-skinned with good hair, which most of you aren't light-skinned with good hair, by the way, so they don't believe you're beautiful, which is why they're comfortable telling you that your role is to be face down, ass up. They are very comfortable disrespecting you, and you twerk to it. You turn the speakers up and drive around your neighborhood with it. You play it at the cookout. You play it in the car with your kids. You have twerk offs with your friends listening to it. You go to the clubs that play this music. You dance to the sounds of your own degradation.
When she said you dance to the sound of your own degradation, I felt that. Which is why I can't listen to this music.
Deep down, you know that it doesn't make sense, but you keep dancing, and it bothers you that another group of people is not willing to do the same. You're jealous that they have the courage to take on your men for their respect, and you don't also have that courage. You'd rather make excuses for them. You say, that's just how rappers talk. Really? Did you hear the Baby's verse on the new Dua Lipa song? Not one curse word, not one bitch, that whole nothing. And that's not by accident. All rap.
That's because they have a certain amount of respect for other groups of women that they don't have for their own women.
rappers like the baby know that when you're doing a song with a white girl or any artist with a large white female audience, you check that misogyny at the door. You cannot disrespect white women or Latino women or Asian women like that. In real life and in the music industry, your men show women of other races more respect than they show you. Don't tell me.
Think about that now. Black men show more respect for other groups of women than they do their own women. Musically. Think about that now.
That it's just hip hop, because white rappers are not coming with this heat in 2021. Even Eminem had to change his tune. This is about black men's abusive relationship with black women and black women's acceptance of it. And it's not because you're easygoing and that you don't take this stuff seriously. Because when Danny Lay made her ear-bleeding record talking about yellow bone is what he want, you dragged her within an inch of her life. Not only did she not release the song, she realized she had no chance of popping off anymore. She might as well cash out for child support from a rapper. Don't tell me that disrespect doesn't bother you, because when Sin Santana told the world that black men prefer Latinas over you and treat them better than they treat you, y'all handled her.
So why we don't have the same energy for the men that have been degrading us for years? We don't have the same energy for them. But let a female, Latina, or whatever come for us, we go to dragging them. Make that make sense to me.
She had to switch genres of music back to her people's music because she knew an R&B career was out of the question. Don't tell me that you're not powerful and that you're not capable of handling people that need to be handled. So please tell me. I really like for the ladies to answer this question in the comment section below. Why do you believe that black women have all the smoke for people who disrespect them, except for the main ones who disrespect them? White men don't have genres of music calling you a hood rat. And yeah, a lot of Latino women have a superiority complex over you, but who gave it to them? Quiet as it's kept, you don't let anyone disrespect black men and get away with it. Remember Kramer? Because I do. Remember Donald Sterling? Because I do. You have the power to shut down anyone who goes against you. You have the power to determine how you are portrayed to the rest of the world. Remember we talked last week about desirability and the reasons why black women tend to get chosen last? This is it. The way that people treat you is based on the way that people see you. And the way that people see you is the way that people see you. If the world sees your men like they see dogs and you let dogs piss all over you, then what do you think they think of you? But that's the real problem, isn't it? You feel guilty about how the world treats your man. It's hard being a black man in a white world, and you see all of the ways that your men have been beaten down and disenfranchised and outperformed by other men. And because your black girl magic can't wave a wand and change that overnight, you decided to make yourself a footstool so that he would feel like a king. How has that been going so far? The world hasn't treated black men much better, and black men definitely haven't been treating you any better. Yet a footstool you remain. A footstool nice and reliable, but a footstool is not a queen. And when your king finds himself a queen, it stings a little bit, doesn't it? But don't feel sorry for yourself just yet, because when you had the opportunity to be treated equally to white women, you didn't take it. Remember when Chris Brown tried to treat Rihanna like a footstool? Mainstream media was ready to sharpen that axe. Performances got canceled, celebrities spoke out against him, and before they could drop the blade and end his career, you got in the way. You defended him. You made excuses for him.
Why though? He beat the shit out of Rihanna. Why did we defend him?
You started deflecting and comparing his case to other white men. You called everyone racist and accused them of trying to unfairly crucify your man, even though they were just trying to do for you what they would have done for their own women. And even though Rihanna knew that she may have had the power to destroy Chris Brown in that Diane Sawyer interview, she also knew that if she did, y'all would never have her back. Like many of you didn't have Megan's back or Janae Palmer Rice's back. So here we are, getting abused, watching our fellow woman get abused, And all we feel like we can do is just keep on dancing, because it's easier than accepting that your own men ruined you and you celebrated it. But if you're one of the women who's ready to stop dancing and have the courage to take their power back, give this video a thumbs up. Then share it with a sister, daughter, friend. I'm Mahogany Pink. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe and see you next time.
Yeah, this video says a lot about our culture and how we as black women accept being degraded. But other groups of people are not going to accept that. Especially the ABC community. They're not going to accept that. So, I feel like we need to get on code with them and be just like them. And not accept any type of disrespect from these men. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.